All right, Vistas. Good morning, good morning, good morning. In last 72 hours, I was highly emotional, very highly emotional. But now I'm coming to you with some logic. So, Shedeur Sanders, this message is going to you and Andrew Berry. And if you want to stay at the Cleveland Browns, you must do these things in order to be successful at the Cleveland Browns. Because if you don't, there's no way that you're going to survive, Shedeur Sanders. So the same way that you and Andrew Berry had hugged after that Las Vegas Raiders game in the locker room, and he hugged you and he gave you that brotherly hug, and then he whispered something in your ear after these next 3 games, that's exactly what you and Andrew Berry need to do. Get together behind the scenes, and you need to tell Andrew Berry exactly what you need. And I'm going to help you out because I got my notebooks today. Investors, you already know how we do it. So go ahead and get your notes, your drink, and your vest because we vested up today. All right, Shedeur Sanders, let me go ahead as an auntie and help you real quick with this right here. According to my notes, it has been Andrew Berry that put together this rookie Cleveland Browns team that was drafted this year. So if that's the case, Andrew Berry, make sure you go back and you do your same homework on these NFL prospects for 2026. Andrew Berry, we looking to you to make this right. If Kevin Stefanski, no, scratch that. Kevin Stefanski must go. Shedeur Sanders, in order for you to have any success in Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski must go. It's not our decision, but he is the enemy. He is the op. So Andrew Berry, we need you to go in and take the place of Paul DePodesta and make it happen. And then you become number 2. You kick Kevin Stefanski out the way, and then you go ahead and select these players because I'm about to help you too, Andrew Berry. Just go ahead and call me up to the Cleveland Browns head office, and we can talk behind the scenes because I got some ideas. All right, Andrew Berry, according to my reports, the Cleveland Browns has nine official NFL draft spots for this year here. So if that's the case, you need to use them very wisely. In that first round, you make sure you go ahead and pick up an O-line. Matter of fact, no, pick up 2 O-line members. Because Shedeur Sanders, I was thinking the reason why that O-line didn't participate last week in the game is because none of those members are currently under contract for next year. So you know what they did? They are saying, hey, I'm not getting injured for a rookie quarterback and I don't have a contract for next year. I could see that in a sense. But hey, O-line, let me tell you one thing. You already been paid to do this job this year for this rookie quarterback. Even if Dillon Gabriel gets out there. Now, O-line, if you get back out there, if Dillon Gabriel gets selected to play one more game this year, which actually I'm okay with because you're not protecting Shedeur anyway. But if you did get back out there and protect Dillon Gabriel, it would definitely tell a lot, O-line. But let me remind you something. You've already been paid for this year, so you should be protecting Shedeur Sanders. But hey, I understand you don't have no contract for next year. You're waiting to see if another team is going to offer you a contract for next year. But let me tell you one thing, O-line. The way that you perform this year, besides maybe 1 or maybe 2 in a possible, you may not get picked up. You know what? Let me just move forward. So Andrew Berry, for all of your rounds, you make sure you pick up an O-line, 2 O-line members, and a wide receiver. Because according to my reports, the Cleveland Browns wide receiver core is number 32 in the NFL. You can't get no lower in the NFL. So Andrew Berry, we need you to talk to Shedeur. See exactly what he need. We already know what he need, and he need pass protection. And he needs time to stand up in that pocket to throw that ball down that field. So go ahead and get your O-line offensive tackles, your offensive guards, and your center. Because I've seen a few games where that linebacker came up the center and hit Shedeur square in the chest. So that's what we need. Forget a quarterback. You already got your quarterback, Cleveland Browns, if you play your cards right. But if you want to go out and you want to go ahead and get another quarterback for 2026, make sure you go ahead and trade Shedeur Sanders to a team that's going to utilize him. Let me keep moving forward. You make sure you go ahead and trade him to a team that's going to utilize him properly. Okay, Barry, if you need some help, let me go ahead and show you some NFL prospects. And trust me, don't get it wrong, because I'm pretty sure there are some diamonds in the rough that is not on this list. And if you give them an opportunity, they're going to surprise you. And Andrew Barry, make sure any O-line member, offensive guard, offensive tackle that wants to come to the Cleveland Browns as an undrafted agent, make sure you let them come in there and go ahead and compete for those jobs, because you may have some dogs, because there's been a lot of great players that were deemed undrafted free agents and balled out better than the first round, second round, third round. So let me go ahead and finish helping you, Mr. Barry. All right, Andrew Barry. So besides that O-line that you need to focus on, you definitely need to focus on your wide receiver core. And I brought this up last week, but I'm going to bring it up again because I want you to Jerry Jeudy, bye-bye. Your services are no longer welcome. But Andrew Barry, here's a few players from wide receiver that you actually can use and replace Jerry Jeudy and all the other wide receivers. Is there another wide receiver? Hey, I do like Isaiah Bond, so make sure you keep him because he's a dog. He is truly a dog. He's another undrafted free agent, but we already know his story. He actually supposed to have been a first round, second round pick, but because of the situation, he had to come to you as an undrafted free agent. But you make sure you keep Isaiah Bond. I like what I see in Isaiah Bond right now. So here's some suggestions on the screen. And believe it or not, Jordan Tyson and Shedeur Sanders has already been teammates as a Colorado Buffalo. So with that being said, Andrew Barry, so go ahead and select Tyson as a potential Cleveland Brown. And some of these other players, you already got that Tate fella that everybody's talking about. But let me tell you one thing. I know there's a Colorado Buffalo by the name of Omarion Miller. That's Shedeur Sanders. Hey, Shedeur, you make sure you go ahead and put Omarion Miller name in Andrew Barry's ear. Go ahead. He's already projected to go ahead and be in the third round, fourth round. So go ahead and get Omarion Miller and Jerry Jeudy. That's the one that's going to show you up just in case you are a Cleveland Brown next year. Omarion Miller's going to come in and show you exactly. Hold on. Let me give this young man some justice. Hold on. So Andrew Barry, you make sure you go ahead and you draft Omarion Miller if Shedeur Sanders is going to be there next year. Because let me tell you one thing. It was Omarion Miller that was standing in the trenches for the Colorado Buffaloes and deionsanders, Coach Prime, and Shedeur Sanders when Travis Hunter was injured that year. It was Omarion Miller. I'm trying to tell you, he would go up and get that ball. So Andrew Barry, make sure you remember Omarion Miller. Shedeur Sanders, go ahead and whisper in his ear and tell him, go ahead and get Omarion Miller, because you know he's a dog. Omarion Miller impressed me so much. I got both of his jerseys. His first number that it was number 4. The second number that he's currently wearing is number 14. So just know I'm not a new CU auntie. I'm one of them old CU aunties. I've been there. Come on, Omarion Miller. I would love to see you. As a Cleveland Browns, as long as Shedeur there. All right. So, Andrew Barry, I have done my duty today as a CU auntie. And you make sure you go ahead. I'm pretty sure you are already looking at prospects in the background. But make sure you remember what I say. Any undrafted free agent, because you only got 9 picks. I'm sure there's other positions that you want to take care of, but you make sure any O-line member, center, guard, tackle that wants to come to the Cleveland Browns, make sure you open up them gates, because it could be a dog in the rough. Hey, let me tell you one thing. Omarion Miller, I'm going to scream this up into the draft. Omarion Miller is that dog that got them rough edges, and he's coming in the gate with a little mud on his feet. So let him in the gate. Come on, Andrew Barry. Matter of fact, I'm going to contact you now on all social media platforms because I'm serious about Omarion Miller. I would love for you to take him in the first round or the second round, but I already know that's not going to happen. But go ahead, Andrew Barry. Go ahead and pick him up in the third round or fourth round. Go ahead and surprise them people and go ahead and pick up Omarion Miller. I wish you could go ahead and I know that's impossible. I would love for the whole crew just to be back together. The Travis Hunter, the Jimmy Horns. Hey, matter of fact, hey, Andrew Berry, make sure you go over to the Green Bay and you go ahead and get Will Shepherd, because that's another dog that the Colorado Buffaloes and the Shedeur have played with. Come on, Andrew Berry. I know you can do it. Forget Kevin Stefanski at this time. I don't want to talk about him no more. Jimmy Haslam, like I said, you must be locked up in your basement, or somebody must have something on you, because as an owner, why would you want this type of press? You even got to see you aunties coming out calling your name and asking you about your mental health right now. But it's all good. Andrew Berry, go ahead and submit your application for Paul D. Podesta's old position as chief strategic officer, and make this happen. All right, investors, and I'll see you next time. So until then, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we vested up today. We gonna make this happen. And Shedeur Sanders, congratulations. Congratulations on being named within the top 10s of the quarterback for the Pro Bowl. So if you haven't voted, all y'all investors, go out there, and anybody that come across this video, go out there and vote for Shedeur Sanders. And let me tell you one thing. I told you yesterday that the Cleveland media is trying to sing that tune. Even Tony Grossi had to come out and defend Shedeur after all of these 4, 5, 6, 9 months where he undergraded him. Tony Grossi, you still on my watch list. But let me go ahead and let you see what Tony Grossi had to say about Shedeur and said about Shedeur after the Chicago Bears game. Because it seemed like even Tony Grossi came to his senses. I still have no mercy and grace for you, Tony Grossi. I still have no mercy and grace for you. The damage has been done. But thank you for putting this out there. Thank you for putting this out there, Tony Grossi. Tony Grossi said he had no chance whatsoever. It's no reflection on him. And Tony Grossi said that after the performance, after the game, after Chicago Bears, why Kevin Stefanski didn't say that? Why Kevin Stefanski hasn't said that? Why Jimmy Haslam hasn't said nothing? As far as we know of, I really think that Jimmy Haslam is tied up in that basement somewhere, because he hasn't said nothing. Besides that game that he appeared on the sideline with, quote unquote, with his grandkids or nephews or cousins, we haven't heard nothing from Jimmy Haslam. So is Jimmy Haslam really tied up? Or has he disappeared? Or he is okay with everything that's going on. That's why, Shedeur Sanders, we want you out of the Cleveland Browns organization, because the owner silence is loud at this point. But if any of my investors or anyone that came across this video and Jimmy Haslam has said something about the treatment of Shedeur Sanders and the way that the Cleveland Browns organization is heading, please let me know. Please drop that link, because I definitely want to report on that. But Jimmy Haslam, I'm trying to tell you, you're moving wrong. Yeah, we know about your little new stadium that you want to build by 2029 or 2032. But let me tell you one thing. That nouveau riche, that new money that you was counting on is depleting. You're not going to have any money. Even if you're able to build that stadium, who wants to come to go see Cleveland Browns if Shedeur Sanders is not there? Even after the way that you treated Shedeur Sanders. Until this is made right, we don't want to spend none of our money with the Cleveland Browns. And you do know that. We are the highest consumers in the USA. And at this point, we're going to hold our money and we're going to hold it tight until you do right by Shedeur Sanders. That means treat him fairly, or trade him to another team that's going to utilize him correctly and treat him with human respect. All right, investors, I'll talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And all to my investors, that subscribed to this channel when this was considered a faceless channel. Thank you so much for all of your love and your support and your engagement. Because right now, we moving forward, Vestas. I know your names. All right, until next time, take care, Vestas.